Manchester United now consider Amad Diallo as a considerable part of their future. Meanwhile, Kobbie Mainoo has spoken about the boss Erik Ten Hag and his views about him staying on as Manchester United manager. Welcome to the United Hotspot. Like, share, and subscribe as we get into this update. Firstly, about two players that we all know are darlings to most of us at Manchester United. For me, first of all, I'm extremely happy to see that there is at least something coming out about Amad Diallo. I just dropped a video, I think 2 days ago, talking about how Amad has got to given assurances if he's going to stay and how important he's going to be in this team. Now, Samuel Luckhurst has come out to write and say that lately, Amad Diallo, according to Ineos, they have made up their minds and consider him as a great or integral part of the future at Manchester United, which for me, I think is a good thing to say, but it will be better if they act like it because I'll ask you, if he is really going to be an integral part of their future, why on earth are they rushing around to splash millions of pounds on wingers, players who play in his position, yet his development has been steady? Well, unless I see at least them acting that way, I think have my disquiet. Of course, people will talk about the need for depth in the squad, but I think it's one thing to have depth in the squad. It's a whole different thing to try to sign players that show you that you're looking beyond the ones you have. So for me, I think the assurances, perhaps maybe if they landed, they just on that video that I dropped, and they said, you know what, let's clear this once and for all before the speculations start. For me, Amad Diallo's growth has been, I mean, the way he performed for Man United in the running, I thought for me was clear of a player ready to perform at the topmost level, ready to compete, and Amad can only stay worst as a backup winger, number two priority, number two first choice backup for all wingers, whichever winger we have as the first priority. He should be staying because yes, there is need for someone to come in and push him because he's not really the finished article. There is need for him to be pushed, but there is no doubt that Amad is a unique talent that Manchester United needs in their fold. In fact, what we should be hearing now are talks of a new contract because his contract runs out at the end of 2025. They should be talking to him to try and tie him down on a longer contract. Now, Amad just pausing him for a bit. Kobbie Mainoo has spoken and I was being interviewed about several things, and he spoke about, of course, playing with Hoyland and Christian Eriksen, and then they are going to be facing off against each other in the Euros because of course, and said of course if he started that game Denmark and England, he would certainly put that behind. But he says Kobbie, uh, Rasmus Hoyland is nearly his age mate, so they are closer. They are closer with each other, but he tries to learn a lot from Christian Eriksen. Honestly, Christian Eriksen was the man of the match in Denmark's first game at the Euros, but I think it's mostly down to the position he played. I think it's mostly down to that. He expresses himself better in that position. With Bruno in at Man United, at times it's difficult for Eriksen, even when he's fully fit to perform. But people are still debating whether now, because he performed so well, he should stay or leave. But I think that should be already a gone case. I think he cannot be staying. I think he's beyond surplus requirements. But Kobe says he has learned a lot from him. Certainly, there should be a lot he can learn from him. But the most important thing he spoke about was Erik Ten Hag saying that it's a good thing for the players to know the manager they will be going back to. I think I've been saying it here that for the players themselves, is what is going to run in their heads if we dragged on and on and on about the manager. And now knowing clearly that it's Erik Ten Hag who is going to be there. It's a very good thing for them to concentrate, for those who are in the Euros, to concentrate on the Euros. Those who are not, to think about just the football now. Forget about the uncertainty. Very important for all the players. And it gives them a peace of mind for now. For Kobbie, for example, knowing that Erik Ten Hag is the manager who did whatever he did for him to have his debut, to be seen by the world, and now he's being advocated for to be starting ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold for England in the rest of the games of the Euros. It shows you that Erik has got a significant part in the life of Kobbie. So how on earth do you think this boy was feeling, seeing that the man who gave him the opportunity to shine the way he is now was unsettled. He wasn't sure. He was clearly thinking about it. Probably if they text on WhatsApp every day, perhaps at that time he worried. He was afraid of texting him. So it's I think for me a good thing for all the players and of course their mental health. So the Ahmad situation, whereas that's the development because Samuel Luckhurst is a credible source. I think they need to give him those assurances that he's going to be playing as the substitute right back, coming in for about 30 minutes or at times starting certain games. I think for me that is important, and the first way to reassure him is by offering him a new contract that's longer. That is seeing him earn a little more because he's only earning about just less than £30,000 per week currently. In his current contract, they need to offer him something new because that is how you convince a player that they are in your plans, especially at a time like this when the new owners of the football department at Man United are changing things around day after another. So this is the opportunity because the point is going to reach where we don't want to listen about contract talks and money and what have you. It's just the football now. We do want results. I think for me, Amad has got to be settled because these assurances have got to be directed to him from Ineos, from the manager, because clearly Amad has not been shown a lot of trust by the manager in the past. And if he gets this, it's only going to make him better. I see Malaysia and I think Rashford. I saw pictures of them sprinting together. I think they are working so hard to come back, strong. All this is important, and I mean, Ahmad will need assurances because if Rashford is going to stay, if you're trying to bring in a big winger in Mike Olise, already you have Ganacho in there. I mean, and there are so many wingers that Man United was linked with. Some of them are just silent talks. What exactly is the plan with Ahmad? Yes, you consider him a significant part of your future. Is it at Old Trafford? Is it out on loan? There is more clarity that will be needed concerning Amad Diallo because even the fans are in this because he's a fans' darling, and Man United is that kind of club where the fans, when they love on a player, they really love. So I believe strongly that there is more and more clarity needed. But at least something is coming out. It's a bit of progress. I think it shows me that, yeah, like I was thinking, my thoughts were with Ahmad a few weeks ago when I dropped the video about him. And it's clear, it's good to see now that a credible source in Samuel Luckhurst is dropping something about him. But drop down in the comment section and let me know whether you think, guys, and I've always wanted to put this question to you, do you think Amad Diallo is good enough to be the starter on the right wing? Because Mason Greenwood, chances are, is not going to return. But Chelsea are in the lead to try and sign Michael Olise. Do you think Amad Diallo is ripe to be the first choice winger on the other flank? So we have Bruno in 10, Hoyland up top, Ganacho on the left, and Ahmad on the right as our starting forwards in next season. Do you think Ahmad is ripe? Should we be looking to sign someone to back up Ahmad, or should we be looking to sign a player whose profile is above Ahmad? What's your take? How much do you trust him? I want to pick your mind on that. Drop down in the comment section and let me know. Like, share, and subscribe. My name is Webb. Well, beautiful to hear about two of the most beloved players at Man United in Kobbie and Amad Diallo. Like, share. I'll catch you later.